Happy Tuesday. As you can see, it's one of these days. Hat day. I got this hat. This is from a friend. Uh, Burnt Brew House. It's a brew house, I guess, in Ohio. So yeah, I don't know. But I like it because it's pink. Anywho, we're gonna talk about why was Gypsy's phone turned off 7 days before the 15th? No, not before the 15th. I'm sorry. Before they found her. It was turned off on the 7th or 8th. Her phone and Deedee's phone. I can't put these documents out because they're not being put out for others to use, but I can tell you about them. And I understand that. Barb talked about it. I saw another creator speak on it. I want to say it might have been Audrey or Ashley. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen two creators speak on it, and then other creators have seen it and spoke on it as well. We all know that the thermostat was set to 40 degrees. And if it was set at 40 degrees, that could definitely adjust and fool with the actual time of death, right? Definitely. Maybe it was off a couple days. Why was her phone turned off? I need to know this. I do. And in those text messages with Nicholas and Gypsy, he was angry the day he was on the bus and she wasn't responding, but also the day she went to the hospital, which was the 8th, I think. It would have been the 7th or the 8th that she went to the hospital to get her G-tube replaced or cleaned. I don't know. I think she got it replaced. But the phone was turned off that night and it never came back on. Neither did hers. And do you know that Gypsy wasn't responding to him like normal, and he was complaining for those actually like 2 to 3 days leading up to him getting there. He was constantly complaining about her not responding in time. You like my Dr. Pepper shirt? I gotta lean over. Let me lean, Dr. Pepper. I'm not a Dr. Pepper. I am. I love Dr. Pepper. I just don't drink soda hardly now. Oh, I didn't check my email today. I will check my email. I promise you, I will check my emails. Oh, I can't remember your name now. You commented you want to ask me guardian questions. See how my brain works? I think I'm like, I just can't focus. I can't focus. This is the ramble show. We're going with the ramble show. Okay, back to the phone calls. We're back. Focus, Mandy. Focus in. Okay, so what if? What if? Now, we all know that Nicholas said he 4 times to Deedee. He said it repeatedly to that detective. Now, this detective got on the stand and told the entire jury and the judge and everybody listening that she wasn't aware that he had autism or had Asperger's, as it was called at the time. Excuse me? And she couldn't tell anything was wrong with him. The judge could. Shame on you, lady. Shame on you. A lot of her questionings were leading Nick, if you noticed. When she didn't get her answer, she was leaning and leading him into saying, like, well, could it possibly? And he would say, well, it could possibly be that he did it more times than 4. I'm sitting in front of my computer because it's putting out warm air. The fans are. It's not cold here in Florida, but it's cool. The nighttime is chilly cool. Y'all, I'm excited for this extra hour of sleep this weekend, even though I hate the time change thing. I'm not going to complain with the extra hour of sleep. See how my mind is? Anywho, so if you see me leaning in, I'm getting to my little heater. But she did lead him. She led him into saying certain things, and that bugs me. Like I said, we're going to go over this really quick. And I tried to go back into the photos where Gypsy Rose lied about allabout.it.com. It's all changed. None of the evidence photos are there. I did see Deedee's autopsy report. I'll show you that, but I wanted to show you, I'll just go to my video after I show you what the police report said, that they noticed all of the DNA. Now, also, in the evidence report, I want to share what her cellmate said, that Gypsy did go into her mother's room and she cleaned carpets, and I do believe that. I even mentioned that in my video also. There are big stains cleaned all down the hallway, and there's carpet cleaner and bottles all down the hallway in different parts of the house. It just doesn't make sense with that little cut. I can't even show you that now. It's not on there, and I'm sure that there is a reason why it was removed. I don't know, but I can't get that anymore. And I did read the letter that Gypsy wrote her Aunt Rachel also. Well, we might touch on that. I am going to do the emails, but this is just something that has came up, and it has been bugging me the past few days, because I've always said Gypsy started with the attack before Nick even got there. And I 1000% believe that Gypsy did plan to set Nick up. I do. She didn't get a ticket. She didn't prepare, even though in this statement I'm going to show you, where Gypsy says she is a planner and that she is conniving and she feels no guilt about what she did to her mama. That part I want you guys to see. So if she's lying about just going into the bedroom and her saying Nick raped her, that right there alone, I'm so tired of every single person defending her. Oh, well, she doesn't remember her medical, and she doesn't remember her childhood. You know, it's all blocked out. She has lied about being assaulted sexually and blamed at least 4 people of this and caught lying about it. And they're just okay with that? You don't think that that right there is your big red flag right there? That is my big red flag. Anyways, I've always said this. I think she started. And what if she did start around the 7th or the 8th? What if she did? What if Deedee laid there for 24, 48 hours in pure misery and then gets there and Nick thinks he's actually offing her because she said that her mother kicked her out, and the week prior told him her biggest fear in the entire world were bugs and spiders. And then the night before he gets there tells him that she had a rough night because her mama kicked her out and she was on the porch with all kinds of bugs and she had to pee in the bushes, and we all know that's a lie. Right, Gypsy? That's a lie. So I want to show you where they found blood splatter, because I do think that Gypsy started on Deedee before Nick got there. Nick thinks he really came there to save Gypsy, just like Ken is her knight in shining armor. And she told Jeff the same thing. And she told Nicholas the same thing. They're her knight in shining armor. They're saving her. And she always says she's a damsel. This damsel needs you. This damsel, in all the emails I've read, you're not a damsel, Gypsy. You are conniving and you are smart. Oh, smart. And also, I'm going to show you Bree just crashing out over anybody asking her about the medical records. I'm trying to remember everything. Okay. First, let's go over to the evidence from Gypsy Rose liedaboutit.all.com. That's from Into the Weeds. You can go to their page in their community tab. They have it's a my community post. You can go there. I put the link to it where you can go read what I'm reading. I read Deedee's toxicology report. She had zero, nada in her system, nothing. Think about that too. So if she didn't take her medication for a couple days, and just saying, what if she didn't take her medication because she was feeling, okay? She wasn't on a ton of medication anyways, just for pain as needed, I think. And she just went through, well, honestly, I don't know, because she should have been on medication for diabetes, etc., etc. And that it could be in there and they're just not listing that. I think they're just listing like drugs and illicit drugs and drugs that could accidentally overdose you or poison you, etc. But any drug could do that too. So I don't know. It's so confusing why she had zero in her system. And my point to all this is all those robberies that we talked about last night. CPS had just came. Gypsy tries to say that Deedee, did all this, and Deedee had control of her, and she had these papers, etc. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She didn't have any control, guardianship, conservatorship, nothing over you, only if you were incapacitated. We've already been over this, right? Even some of the family members who didn't know where Deedee was and kept them all out of the loop and didn't know where they lived or anything. They didn't know Gypsy was there and really sick, even though they were on this same power of attorney for the Anywho, let's look at what places they put, and they didn't even put it all in this report because I seen every single place they had blood splatter, and a lot of it is in there, but every drop everywhere, they numbered it, and it's definitely not everything, but it is most of it. So let's look at that really quick. Okay, so this is from that website, and we all know that Gypsy in her text messages said she told Nicholas she broke her own computer because she was upset and angry. So yeah. Okay, this is everything that they found and they've noted as evidence, right? So the Barney stuffed animal doll, blah blah blah, a white sheet that was laying on top of the bed. Okay, they don't have the measurements. This isn't. So let's go down to page, this is 99. There's 107 pages of evidence in this. So I wish the pictures were there still, but they're not. It sucks. Okay, let's see. Swab of possible blood on master bedroom door frame. Okay. 1.5 foot from the floor. So 1 foot, not even 2 feet up from the floor, they found a blood stain on the door frame. Here's my question. Why are all these splatters and drops of blood all through the house, mainly in the kitchen and the hallway? Why? Nicholas didn't cut his finger and it squirt. He had a paper cut almost on his finger. A paper cut, it looked like. It was so small. I'm sorry, you guys. Me and my daughter are fighting a cold. She's been running a fever for 3 days. I'm freezing. I'm hoping that's not it. And I've been coughing, stuffy nose. I know you could hear me last night, but I had cried. So, stuffy nose and sore throat. It's that time of year. I just hate coughing on camera. Okay. And you know what? This Pepsi bottle and some of this stuff, there were blood on that too. Okay. Possible blood swab of exterior upper door of the bathroom. And this is on the outside of the door, on the upper. And I showed that there was blood on the outer and on the inside. Now, we also know Gypsy had shaved her legs and did all that shaving the day before. She told Nicholas that. So she wasn't really in the bathroom shaving while he was doing that. That's a lie. It's so annoying. And that was 4 feet up from the door, 90 feet from left, whatever. Possible blood swab on the sink located in the bathroom, which, yeah. Roll of toilet paper towels with possible blood. I mean, she says that's Nick's blood, and it might be, but he didn't. He whatever. Possible blood swab located in the exterior door frame of the storage room. Now, I looked at the house layout. I'm going to assume that's the laundry room. I don't see a storage room, so I don't know because it lists everything, and I don't see a storage room. But that's almost 3 feet from the floor, and that's in the hallway right by the kitchen. 3 feet high, there's blood there, drops of blood. This, oh my God. Possible blood swab located on the upper portion of the exterior. Oh, I already said that. Wait, no, it's another one. Of the storage, it's exterior also. And that was 2.5 feet from the floor. Okay. Walmart bag used for a liner in the trash can. Hey, I do that. Possible blood located on west hallway wall. And that is 1.63 foot high, so almost 2 feet high. 68 feet from the south spare bedroom. So if you walk through from the kitchen, there's the living room, the hallway's there, spare room, bathroom, Gypsy's room, and then Deedee's room is on the right. And then there's a laundry room. Deedee's master bedroom was on the right side. Gypsy's was straight across the hall. There was no BLOOD in her room or on her door. It didn't even look like anybody been in Gypsy's room, to be honest with you. I think Gypsy packed and did everything way before she even did all this. She took a bag. And we saw in the interrogation photos also of the t-shirt. They didn't wash the clothes they had on that night. She just happened to have that t-shirt on. And there's blood splatter all over the shoulder of the shirt. Oh my God. I just can't. Okay, possible blood located on the lower west hallway, 0.25 feet from the floor and 0.39 feet from south spare bedroom. Door frame. The door frame. Possible blood swab on the exterior door frame of the south spare bedroom. Again. And that was almost, yeah, right under 4 feet from being 4 feet from the floor. Vacuum sweeper. Okay. Plastic spray bottles. A ring was located in the dining room floor. I mean, it could be something, but it might not be. I don't know. Possible blood located in the kitchen floor tile. And I mean, I don't need to give you the feet from the wall, but I showed these photos. Possible blood swab located on the kitchen floor tile again. Possible blood located in the grout. And that is the things like these little blood drops and splatters, they're not huge. She said to the girls in her in I don't know if it's Chillicothe. I can't remember. It might have been up in Wisconsin, but she did a great job cleaning. She cleaned up really well. She said she was going to get out of this, that she wasn't going to do any time. That's what she told other inmates. She really did, though. Pretty much, she did. Yeah. Okay. Possible blood located in the grout on the kitchen floor. Located on the cookie bag on the kitchen counter. I showed you guys that. That cookie. I can't remember the brand of cookie that it was. It was like an off-brand, like, it's like lemon cookies maybe or something like that. Blood located on the bag of flour on the kitchen counter. I showed you guys that. Blood located on the west door of the pantry above the kitchen stove. Possible blood swab located in the upper kitchen cabinet above the blender on the east wall. So it was on the cabinets above the counter. On both sides of the kitchen, there is blood. It's splatter. It's not a smear. There's no smear. There's drops that just drop down onto the flour bag and roll onto the counter. And it looked like someone was getting ready to cook something or bake something or make something, and something happened. This is my opinion. Yeah. And that water bottle on the dining room floor, it looked like it had a blood drop on it too, but more carpet cleaner, a white bowl that had carpet cleaner in it, package of wet wipes, cardboard box for HP notebook. I'm not going to go over all of that. Red binder, possible bodily fluid sample located on the twin mattress bed in Gypsy's room. Well, yeah, she peed the bed, y'all. She had incontinence, so. Bus fare card, an open box, storage room, and it just says an unopened box. Okay. Where is the storage room? Binder, 2 VHS tapes. Okay, I'm going to show you the house layout really fast. Okay, so right here is the kitchen, right? And here is this porch connected. Here's the front door. And here's this door, which was completely covered with a shelf. Nobody could get through it. I'm sure Deedee did that for safety. I would do that. And right here is the stove and the countertops. Over here is the refrigerator. And right here, there is blood splatter up here. There's blood splatter over here. But here it says heater closet. And that's where you keep, for the AC and the heater, etc. That's what that is. You shouldn't be storing anything in there, though. Here's the laundry room. Where's the storage room? Because I don't see it. Over here is the shed and the driveway. But okay. So here's the front door. There's the living room. There's blood all on the floor here. The carpet is shoved up into the corner over here. So weird. Um, but yeah. And you come around here, and this is the spare bedroom that there was blood on the door frame. There was blood on the wall over here. And there was, I'm going to assume that the laundry room is the storage room. I don't know. I really don't. But there is a lot of blood samples there. And then there was some on the outside of the bathroom door and the inside. Nothing in Gypsy's room. Nothing. There is a closet right here. Maybe that's the storage. It's not, I don't know. But here's a closet in Gypsy's room. And there's a closet in Deedee's room. This is Deedee's room. A white sheet was hanging on this window, and there's no like splatter anywhere. None. So he's 17 times. It doesn't matter. He's still going down. He's still hitting. If it was, only Ford that really got her good, but we know that detective said, "Is it possible?" And he said, "Yeah, it's possible." They manipulated him just like Gypsy did. They just wanted the confession, and you know what? He should have had a lawyer present. I don't care. I don't care if I knew I was 1,000% innocent. I would never go into an interrogation if they suspected me without a lawyer. No. There is over 300,000 innocent people in prison right now. It might have been last year that was the statistic, because I watch The Real Housewives of Orange County. One of the women is a lawyer, and she defends innocent, like she does the Innocence Project, etc. Men doing life in prison, lost 20, 30 years, and didn't get out because DNA didn't exist then, and now they're free. They even failed polygraphs because they're not foolproof. That's why they're not admissible in court. They didn't. If you watch a lot of cases, you're like, we don't understand why he failed the polygraph. Well, it's a machine. I don't care how much a machine can do. It's a machine. At the end of the day, I think it's a good tool, but it's not 100% accurate. And I would never, ever speak without a lawyer. He should have had a lawyer. And that cop knew Nick was not working with the full deck. There's no way. We all could see that. So for her to say on that stand that she didn't see anything wrong with him, or any delays, or any cognitive delays, or that he had autism or Asperger's, she wasn't aware of it either. No. That his interrogation should have been, I don't think it should have been used. I really shouldn't. It really shouldn't have. I think a lawyer should be present, and he should have been interrogated over. Anyways, we're getting off track. But anyway, so you can see where everything is, but I showed you guys in the living room. There is no big carpet stains in here. None. And it didn't even, I don't know how they watched a movie when there was stuff piled up everywhere. Look at the wheelchairs all. Sorry. Sofa's right here. It was so dusty in there too, and there was stuff all over the sofa. There's no way they sat and watched a movie. No, I don't believe it. So you come through here, there's stains all down the hallway. It's crazy though. There's nothing on Gypsy's doors or in her room. Nothing. But there is in the bathroom. And guess what? Gypsy was drinking her Pepsi in a glass with a straw, shaving her legs, the day before Nick got there. I don't care what you say, that girl did something before. Why was Deedee's phone turned off? I think she took the phone and hid it if it didn't start 2 days before. She was smart enough to plot, plan, buy tickets, get him there, arrange taxi cabs, buses, hotels, etc. Do it all online, order the gloves and everything else, and she stole the knife. And she said she was great at stealing. I'm reading you this one from this inmate because why would she lie about it? What would be her reasoning to make that up? And we've all talked about it. So, yeah. Yeah. So all this was areas all cleaned through here. Blood on this door frame, blood on this door frame. I guess on these door frames too. And then in here in Deedee's room. But there's no splatter anywhere in Deedee's bedroom walls or above her headboard, nothing. There is blood pools right here and right here. And you see blood over here, drops. What if Gypsy did attack her and lead her to her bedroom? And Deedee stood there, or Deedee was trying to get up after Gypsy had injured her. And this is alleged. This is just for entertainment purposes only, and just, what if, right? Wouldn't it make sense that there was big, huge pools of blood stains right here and over here? What if Deedee stood up, right? What if she was standing right here? What if she tried to get back up and Gypsy kept pushing her back down and would do something else? What if? What if? What if? What if? I don't know. It just, that's how it seems to me. It seems like it started here. It looked like a struggle took place. There was stuff everywhere in the floor, splatter all on the cabinets, and she cleaned. She cleaned. So I don't think she cared. I don't think she looked at the littlest stuff, but she did look at all the big pools of blood, because I'm sure Deedee was losing a lot of blood. So you're going to tell me that knife, that little itty bitty knife, dropped all that blood in the floor and the carpets right there when Deedee was in bed? No, no. There was a lot of blood loss in bed. Eh, honestly, I'm torn that I felt like there should have been more. I felt like they should have luminol that whole hallway and the bedroom. I do. I do. The taxi cab driver said he didn't come in the hallway door. The front door. So, So he gets dropped off at the street. He comes up. Here's the ramp. You go up right here. Here's the porch that leads to the side of the house. She said he did not go into the front door. He didn't even go to the front door. He goes to the side and starts looking in windows. So she lets him in. And the inmate said that when he came in, they even kissed. Him and Gypsy kissed. So he did get the gloves, but his DNA was still on it. So was Gypsy's. It says DNA, but there's also in the blood swab in the bathroom, it says that Gypsy, Claudine, and Gypsy and Nick's DNA was all found. It doesn't really say for sure what the DNA is, but it makes it seem like it is. I think that it's BLOOD. That's just my opinion. That's how they make it look anyways. I don't know, but I don't know. I really don't. Gypsy had cuts and scrapes on her knees, etc. Let's look at that inmate's I guess it's not an interrogation, but just what she told the detective, okay? First, I want to point this out that in the new FOIAs, where Laura told the detective that Claudine had several warrants and was running and hiding from cops, that she had warrants. She said this. This is in, I seen this, but I can't like take a screenshot for you guys and show you guys. I can't find it now, and I've only heard people talk about it, but and a lot of creators aren't showing them now because I guess people are just taking screenshots and not crediting the creators, and I get that, so I don't blame them. But Laura told these cop that Deedee was wanted in several states, that she had for check fraud and credit card fraud and theft, etc. And that's why nobody could find her, because she was running from the law constantly. Well, when DFS CPS came to check out Gypsy just right before, this was on let me see. Oh, no, that is not. DFS case is October 26th. I mean, yeah, 2009. They ran Claudine and Gypsy were checked through Mules and NCIC with negative results. Negative results. That would have showed up if Deedee had warrants. Come on. This family couldn't give Deedee not even in death could they give Deedee some type of peace or a positive thought. All the way down to, oh, she's not even gone. This is all a big plot from Deedee to get Rod's attention and to get him to come see them. When Deedee didn't care for the past 20, at least 15 to 20 years if Rod was around. Why would she do this family? Oh my God. I want to point this out really fast too, where Nick and Gypsy had sex in the bathroom, and she wore the blonde wig. Nicholas said Dee was very nice to him. However, the night got ruined in some way. Nicholas said after he and Gypsy had blank in the bathroom, they watched the movie and he said his goodbyes to Gypsy. And you know what? The night got ruined. He said that before because of what Gypsy told him. Do we know that? No. She was already plotting and planning. She told the man she was pregnant, and the reason they lost their baby was because of Deedee too. And of course, Gypsy debating, should I just wait till she dies from cancer or her illness, or just take her out? Diabolical. Oh. Okay, let me read this. I'm going to read this really fast because I know we're already at 40 minutes because I ramble. Luke said, and this is all in evidence, and it was recorded on DVD. This is a inmate that was incarcerated with Gypsy, so Luke said Gypsy told her about how she set the thermostat to 40 degrees to preserve Claudinia's body to keep the smell down because she knew she was going to be leaving the state. Talked about how Nicholas had cut his finger and how Gypsy was hiding in the bathroom while he was committing the act. She will die on that hill, y'all. She makes sure to point that out in every situation. Oh, it's so annoying. Talked about how Gypsy had cleaned up the blood from her mother's bedroom to the bathroom with carpet cleaner and wipes. Went on to talk about how Nicholas was going to Claudinia or her. So you will never convince me Gypsy didn't have him do that and they didn't talk about it at some point. You'll never convince me. She talked about how Nick was into incest. Luke said Gypsy told her she was gray vaginally. And don't make me pull up that text again where she asked Nick, "Are you going to go in the front or anal, babe?" Like an hour before it gets there. And I think he said anal, honey. She's like, "Great, because that's what I was hoping for." Yay. More fun stuff. God. Oh my God. By Nicholas, after the act, Luke said Gypsy was not innocent and she was a sick person. Don't we know it, Lutz? And she had told there's like 3 inmates that she said this to. Going into her mother's bedroom after she was murdered and cleaned up BLOOD from her mom's bed to the bathroom. Lutz was told when Nick had come into the house, Gypsy and Nick had kissed, and Claudinia was already asleep. No, she wasn't. She didn't take a pill, Gypsy. She wasn't asleep. You had already took her out. I'm starting to relax now. Please don't hurt me, Gypsy. I hope you hear that for the rest of your life. Please don't hurt me. When you close your eyes, please don't hurt me. But I don't think it matters. And I'm going to show you why. No. Okie dokie. She said the knife was on a box of spring cleaning items. She didn't have a description of the knife. The knife was by the box of cleaning supplies. Nick picked up the knife and then took off. Luke said they mailed the knife to another state because they were going there. Gypsy took $5,000 from a nightstand in Claudine's bedroom. Luke said there was $10,000 in the nightstand originally. However, Claudinia had put some money down for a new vehicle. It should be noted that the detective contact a contract between Claudine and Central Bank of the Ozarks was located for the purchase of the Nissan Cube, April 9th, 2015. The contract indicated $5,000 in cash was put down. And there was still $11,000 more in that house that Gypsy didn't know about, or she did. I think Claudine hid it from Gypsy because of all the robberies, though. That's my opinion. And if Gypsy did know where it was, she left it there on purpose because she genuinely thought she was going to walk out of this jail. And I'm going to read that one to you now. I can't wait to read you guys this one. Okay. Flores. We're going to go with Flores. Flores said she wanted immunity. And of course, he said blah, blah, blah. He could not help her out with her case and could not promise her anything. She was not a snitch, but she knows a lot about Gypsy's case. She said Gypsy was creepy smart. Remember how Christy said Gypsy is very smart. Don't let her fool you. Well, her inmate said she is creepy smart, y'all. Creepy smart. Makes sense to me. And she does not want to see Gypsy get away with it, referring to the act. Flores continued to tell me she did not want to give up information without being helped in some way. As stated before, Gypsy came to jail. She supported Gypsy. Before Gypsy came to jail, she supported Gypsy. Flores asked Gypsy if she had sought Nicholas out, referring to Gypsy asking Nicholas sought out to kill Deedee for her. Gypsy told her, I probably did. Yeah, you did. Flores began to tell me some things Gypsy had told her about the act. She mentioned how Nick had a cut on his finger from stabbing. Flora said Gypsy told her she cleaned up the BLOD from the bed to the bathroom using carpet cleaner and wipes. During my interview with Flores, she cleaned up pretty good, Flores said. Gypsy would talk about missing her stuffed animal. But Flores could not remember what kind of stuffed animal Gypsy was talking about. Gypsy tried to use one of Flores's friends to pass a note to Nick, and she got upset with Gypsy and told her she was not going to use her friends to pass notes. And then there's another one that she needs to speak to, but here's the rest. Gypsy had told her on more than one occasion while they were housed in the same cell together that I'm going to get away with this, referring to the act. Gypsy told Flores that Nicholas was saying when he Claudine. Flores said Gypsy told her Nick was saying, "You're going to be dead before this happens." While he was Claudine. Flores said Gypsy started talking in the cell one night to her and to Lutz and Rodriguez about how she put the knife in Nick's hand and told him to go kill her mother. Flores told me Gypsy told her she turned the AC down to 40 degrees to preserve her mom's body, and she cleaned up the bedroom after she was gone and took $5,000 out of the drawer from a table beside her mom's bed. Flora said the money was in a zipper type bag. And nothing further. One more. Okay, here it is, because I did not go down the other page. So, this is from Lutz, and I left this out. I wanted to go back because I want you guys just to see this. She came into the house. Okay, I already did that. And then when I said she took the $5,000 and it noted the contract, I didn't go down any further. Gypsy told Lutz after the murder, she and Nick called a cab to pick them up. And they went to North Glenstone somewhere to a hotel. They rented a room for the night. The next day, they went to the bus station in Springfield to leave the state, but they could not get a ticket for the both of them, so they went back to the hotel and stayed another night. Gypsy said several times to the female inmates on Tower 2 about how Lutz was strong-arming her for phone time. So she's trying to accuse this. Okay. She's always a victim, even in prison. Yeah, Gypsy trying to say that this girl was strong-arming her, trying to take her phone minutes. Oh, my God. She denied the allegations. Gypsy told Lutz if she and Nick would have had a baby girl together, Nick wanted to have sex with the daughter, because he was into incest. And we can prove that wrong, baby. That's you, Gypsy, in your text, out of your mouth. Nick never said it. Never. He's never spoke of it. You know what? He says all of that is gross. It actually grosses him out. It was all you. Your fantasies were violent and that sort of thing. That was all you. We've proven it over and over. She said Gypsy cried about Nicholas several times, but she never cried about her mother's death. Lutz said inmate Amanda Flores had told her Gypsy talked about how she planned different ways to take her mother's life. Some of the ways she planned to kill her mother was by strangling, poisoning, and stabbing. Lutz said Gypsy told her she paid for everything, the ticket, the hotel room, both nights, and the cab fees. These inmates aren't lying. We have proved this. She searched on her internet searches. I have that in a video too, showing what she looked at: poisoning, stabbing, shooting, which they couldn't get a gun. That's why they didn't do that. Gypsy couldn't just go steal that. Yeah. And also, I read in one of these where she said she could steal anything, and now I can't find it. If I do, I'll put it. I'll post it. How about that? But she said, they could steal. She wanted Nick and her. Oh, it was Nick's interrogation too. That she could steal, and when they were together, they could steal even bigger things, and they could go on their crime spree, and they would rob and steal together, etc. This chick was like messed up in the head. So she said right there she sought him out. Let me look at. I'm going to show you Deedee's autopsy report really fast. This is Gypsy talking to the detective because he goes back right. Gypsy said her mother was killed sometime on the 9th, but did not remember what day it was. What? She said this now. Didn't remember what day it was, but she knows it was the 9th because you know why? That was her grandmother's anniversary to when she passed away too. Yeah. Yep. This happened before Nick got there. You will never convince me. I'm sorry. Hope you guys can see this because I can't click on. It doesn't do that, the picture, but this is alcohol and drugs. Negative, 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 negative. They're all negative. All of them are negative. Yeah. So again, she said it to the detective, and I remember when they were talking to her on the stand, and his attorney asked her if she was telling the truth. She said no. Like, she admits she's lying even when she's given like questions on the stand. She's still lying. And she says it to the lawyer. She's still lying, that she still hasn't been honest. Oh my God, this girl. Oh my God. I don't know where I just saw it where she did not feel any. I think I must have missed it, but I did just read this. Gypsy said she did not feel bad or feel anything about her mother for what they did. Nothing. And she just said she probably did search Nicholas out just to do that to her mom. And boy, she picked the right person because who better? Who better, right? Who better? Oh, God, you guys. Nope, 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 nope. No. Oh, my God. Alrighty, let me show you Bree's meltdown really fast, and we're done. Oh, wait. I almost forgot, you guys. Let's go over this is a Gypsy Rose supporter, and this is how they treat her. And you know what? Why is it that it's always Sheena and Bree speaking for Gypsy? Never Gypsy. Never. But look at this. Show proof that Gypsy surgeries were unnecessary because I've seen some crazy stuff lately, and the fact she's still using the Origel story, Sheena says she owes you nothing. And Sister Nostalgia says, I supported her by buying her book, watching her videos, her show. I supported her, and it turns out she lied. She does owe us an explanation. No crap, right? We all say that. Kelly Bill, she does not owe you a effing thing. Are you effing serious? Oh, on what grounds does purchasing a book or watching a TV show mean that an author or a person on TV owes you a GD thing? Check yourself, girl. Jesus. Check yourself into the nearest emergency room and let them know you're having these thoughts called ideas of reference, and perhaps a low dose of Seroquel can assist. The audacity of these people who sit on this, they sit on lives 24/7, smoking, snorting, and nodding off half the time, or drunk. Jesus Christ. Sister Nostalgia says, why are you yelling at me? I supported this girl because my cousin actually went through MVP and it was awful. And I felt such a connection to her. Her story, and I was so happy for her. And it turns out she's a big fat liar. That's insulting to the people who, they don't say, oh, who supported her, and apparently her friends are just as nasty as she is. Yes, they are, girl. If that's what you think, Sheena says, sorry about that, but you weren't forced to do anything. She owes no one, and especially info about her child. Where did this woman ask about her child? They're asking about her lies. They're asking about her medical history. They're asking about the inconsistencies. They're asking about the different stories she's told. And they go to her child to use that to try to make it look like, what? I don't know. What? I don't get it. What? What is it that's their excuse now for everything? She got a baby. You can't ask her that. She has a child. Oh, my nose. I gotta get off here. My nose is so stuffy. It's probably for me sitting here letting hot air blow in my face. I just spit. So basically, it's my own fault for supporting her and believing her lies. Where do you buy her book or any of those things? Okay, so no, she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. That was, I don't know, Sheena. Okay. So I'm an idiot for believing her. Got it. I love that she did not back down from these women because that's what they do. They are bullies. Sheena, you are believing things that you have seen or heard and things that are not fact. And I cannot keep fighting with people on here about those things. When have you, Sheena? You haven't actually spoke facts. Okay. So my advice is either research and find your own truth or don't. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. I'm not trying to be rude. You are. What? I'm not trying to be rude to you at all. And I know that Gypsy appreciates anyone's support, but she doesn't owe anyone an explanation, I think is what it says. Jesus. What she did, like, she's done. She's done it so many times is what I'm trying to tell you. I saw medical records, something Gypsy has never done. You guys are brainwashed. You! Like I said, I was a supporter, but there's way too much coming out that she can't debunk. Just face it, we were all fooled. She did a great job making us believe her mother was tying her up, beating her, giving her surgeries. Go, sister. Sorry. I love it. Making us believe her mother was tying her up. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And giving her surgery she didn't need. Poor Deedee, poor Nick, poor Nick's family. But F Gypsy Rose. Oh my God, yes. People are waking up. I can't dance, but I'm gonna do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Madison, make a little love. Go to bed alone. I thought my grandkid walked in. Shoo. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I got a little excited there. But F Gypsy Rose and her friends. You are all liars pushing a fake narrative. You should be ashamed. You go, girl. But they're not ashamed. That's just it. They're not. Love it.
You haven't seen anything new? No. First of all, I don't need to show you anything new. That's for one. For two, the only records that I've been showing, yeah, they're not new, is because what I've been doing first was put in the records that everybody has, so I can debunk all the idiots out there thinking they know shit. But I don't have. Okay, hold on. I'll show them to you. Why would I lie about that? That's pretty stupid.
We don't have in that make Gypsy innocent. Prove it. Show us.
Look, let me just give you.
No, we don't want to see that. We want you to show us all the fucking ones that prove innocent.
She has probably this many records. I have all of these, and this isn't even all of them.
Okay, then show us the one that makes it Gypsy innocent.
See? Thousands of pages. Like some of these things, look how thick this is. Well, not even that
one. So I think we get it. She's got these pages, but you do realize that when you get, oh my God, I had a stack probably this thick just from my neck with all the testing and the MRIs and them trying, and like that was before they even sent me to I don't remember what it was, but where I go get shots and treatments, etc. And that was before all that. It was like this thick. Not to mention every prescription is in there, every note, like blah, 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 blah. There is so much non-important stuff attached to these files. So you might have that, but Allie was up there with her, and let me tell you, every fact that, I don't know who Allie is, but she was just talking to Bree before this. I can't find it. I think it's on YouTube now. Anyways, Bree is arguing with her, and every time they get to a fact and just asking her, nobody was rude to Bree, nothing. But when they would prove her point wrong, she would start yelling, and this is her life, and you're not going to come in here. I'm going to speak in my life. Bitch, like the other girl that she said, let's have a healthy debate. She couldn't do it. She breaks down and starts screaming. Crazy. Nonsense. Crazy, 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 crazy. All right. Anywho, thank you guys so much. I did see I had more supers. Let me go from my last video. I'm saying it because I don't want to forget. Hold on. I'm not forgetting y'all. Okay, I don't know. Oh, wait. I'm just going to play my video. W, Tim, and D, or if it's WTI, Mandy 1. I don't know. I'm sorry if I say that wrong. Thank you for your super. And Sewer Kitty. I love your name, Sewer Kitty. You know, and it could be innocent, but when you say Sewer Kitty, I just think of Gypsy's hoo-ha. Thank you, Sewer Kitty. Thank you, Aaron Lee 8. You guys, thank you. I love you guys. Okay, I'm going to be good. I hope y'all have a great night, and I hope, wait, what time is it? Okay, it's going to be Wednesday. Happy hump day. Because I talk too much. I can't get it done. My nose is itching. I need to go blow it. Not because of breathing it. You know, when she's doing makeup and has stuff all over her nose. I got a cold. But anywho, no frogs hitting the window tonight. We're all good. I can sleep in peace. No peeping frogs. Oh, I'm tired. I'm getting tired. I get silly when I get tired. But anywho, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next video. But if you haven't and you like my crazy content, please like, subscribe, all that jive. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Give me your theories, different theories, what is. Because I do agree with a lot of other people's opinions of what it could be. I mean, I'm just throwing out my crazy thoughts. So, but I love you guys. Please let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next video. Good night.